Deals of ZIZ and small business owners to receive training and assistance from UNDP. We'll be right back with the details after this.
In cricket, there are a few essentials. A bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I'm Jason Davis. Representatives of faith-based institutions in St. Kitts and Nevis are expected to have a greater voice on governance issues following a meeting with the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Ecclesiastical Affairs, the Honourable Dr. Geoffrey Hanley. Dr. Hanley met with more than 70 officials on Wednesday at the People's Evangelistic Centre at Needsmust. He told the gathering that the government is committed to improving the partnership with religious organizations and, as such, was pleased to follow up on his previous discussions with smaller groups by bringing everyone together for a general meeting. A new initiative mentioned involving sending proposed legislation to the religious bodies.
It is our intention that we make you feel a part of what's happening. So when we send information to you regarding a bill like we have in the Integrity in Public Life bill that is going to be laid in Parliament, we want to have your feedback on it as well. So it is a form of you educating your congregation about what's happening in government or under the umbrella of governance, and at the same time you getting an opportunity to shape laws that will benefit our people.
The minister was accompanied by Elrita Simpson Brown, the new permanent secretary of Ecclesiastical and Faith-Based Affairs.
I am just the PS for Ecclesiastical and Faith-Based Affairs, which means that you have your own PS who will be taking care of your own needs. And I think that we should commend the government for that, because I believe faith must have a part to play in the functioning of any government.
Coming out of the meeting was a commitment to proceed with the commissioning of a new cemetery in Sandy Point and a comprehensive training of officials in the school's chaplain program. The faith-based leaders also fully endorsed the establishment of an annual National Day of Prayer for the Nation and Families on February 28. Minister Hanley was supported by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Housing and Human Settlement, Brenda Bonkamper. Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Right Honourable Dr. Denzil Douglas, has reaffirmed the commitment of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis to the ideals of CILAC, the Community of Latin American and Caribbean States. He was at the time attending the plenary session of the 7th Summit of Heads of State and Government of CILAC in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Dr. Douglas highlighted the importance of strengthening democracy, the rule of law, and cooperation among countries of the Global South so that targets of the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development can be achieved. St. Kitts and Nevis also called for the removal of the economic embargo and other restrictions imposed on Cuba and Venezuela. These measures have adversely impacted the lives of the people of Cuba and Venezuela and have retarded their economic growth and development. Leaders at the summit discussed several matters, including trade and investment, climate change adaptation and mitigation, and building public health infrastructure in the post-pandemic era. The government of Mexico also outlined a proposal for deepening cooperation in healthcare with CARICOM member states. Congratulations were also extended to the Honorable Dr. Ralph Gonzalez of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who assumed the presidency of CILAC for 2023. In other news, local small business owners who will be participating in a United Nations Development Program training initiative have received documents to officially mark the occasion. On Thursday morning, the Ministry of Tourism hosted a ceremony at its conference room to hand over a Memorandum of Understanding to the participants. Tourism Research Officer at the Ministry of Tourism, Therese Ambrose Versailles, said the program, which was held in collaboration with the Caribbean Development Bank and other institutions, aimed to help small businesses recover from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic.
They had the business adaptation program. It was basically online, and they invited persons from around the region to sign up and retool themselves in a way that will help them to maneuver in this new era. This time around, we have the second cohort receiving the Memorandum of Understanding. Basically, it is a document that outlines what their responsibilities are, the responsibilities of the Ministry of Tourism, and what they should do once they get the finance to improve their business.
She noted that the participants will be receiving funds to reshape their businesses as well.
When they signed up with the understanding that they were not supposed to receive a grant, but seeing the potential of the group, the UNDP group decided to petition the Caribbean Development Bank, and they procured some funds for them amounting to just about 32,000 EC dollars, which was distributed among the recipients. We have recipients from St. Kitts and Nevis.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Tivana Wharton, said the government remains committed to providing assistance for small business owners.
Coming out of the pandemic and being thrusted into recovery mode, we understand the importance of providing these opportunities and grants for our citizens. And so we will continue to partner with external agencies as we seek to help to improve all small business owners here in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Participants of the 2022 UNDP program received training in digital technologies, financial planning, and marketing via virtual classes conducted by the University of the West Indies and the Frankfurt School of Finance and Management. 6 businesses are taking part this year. Carol Clark of Essence Delight, Laura Claxton, Claxton Management Services, Asmund Thomas of Az Solutions, Nakidat Atherton, Knick Knack Skincare, Otis Jeffers, Produce Delight Conscious Farming, and Shabina Prince, Naive Radiance. The Eastern Caribbean Collective Organization for Music Rights, also known as ECHO, is continuing to sensitize the public on the proper ways of using copyrighted works such as music while shedding light on the law. In recent weeks, event organizers who had to seek permission from police to host an event were instructed by police to acquire the appropriate license. Some promoters were disgruntled, and Attorney General Garth Wilkin made a Facebook post stating in part that he had spoken to the police force and the matter was clarified. During ZIZ Radio's Policing with You program on Thursday, a question was raised concerning the situation and why police still had it on their web portal to apply for permission. Host Sergeant Marvin Thompson gave details.
In the police, you're required to submit certain documents as part of obtaining permission to hold certain functions. With the ECHO now trying to get things streamlined, what is still required is that even the Attorney General may say that there is no specific law. We have policies which we require persons to follow, and in terms of the procedures and the documents, there may not be a law that says you need A, B, and C, but there might be a blanket issue that gives the commissioner authority to request permission from persons, and the commissioner will have, under that blanket authority, the right to determine what documents should be submitted in order for the persons to have function. So if he says, as part of that we're including, you need to have a license from ECHO to be included, then that is how it is.
ECHO licensing agent Grace Richardson drew persons' attention to the sections of the Copyright Act in which persons can be charged and or sued for infringement.
Section 46 of the Copyright Act is something that people need to go and look at, especially where it says, Part 3, 46.3, any person who causes a literary, dramatic, or musical work to be performed in public, or B, a sound recording or film to be played or shown in public other than reception by a broadcast or cable program, knowing or having reason to believe that copyright subsists in a work and that the performance, playing or showing, as the case may be, constitutes an infringement of copyright, commits an offense.
So if the police does not, if they're not doing it, they actually making the government liable.
Inspector Cromwell Henry went on to say that the license is no longer a required piece, but the police are encouraging persons to comply with the law. After the break, farmers to learn of sustainable crop protection methods during 3-day symposium, and Nyabingi Theocracy order to commemorate 88th anniversary of the Buckley's Uprising. Stay with us.
Your Hot Value Mart IGA specials running January 26th to February 8th. Now our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Bigelow teas $9.99. IGA and essential everyday pancake syrup $9.99. Dole Juice blends $12.99. Shoppers Value ice cream $35.99. Birds Eye Corn on the Cob $16.99. Downy fabric softener April Fresh $25.49. And now our very low weekly value deals. IG and essential everyday pancake mix $9.99. IG and essential everyday chunk light tuna $3.49. Extra liquid detergent $22.99. Crunch and Munch $4.99. Arm & Hammer deodorant $7.99. Boost nutritional drinks $8.99. Shop smart, shop Value Mart.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your National Bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Join us for Youth Lounge with Sniper, a talk show on vital topics like tourism, entrepreneurship, education, religion, sex education, and mental health, featuring experts from St. Kitts, Nevis, and the Caribbean region. Tune in live on ZIZ on the last Monday of each month, starting January 30th at 8:30 p.m.
Welcome back. The Department of Agriculture, in collaboration with Caribbean Chemicals and Agencies Limited in Trinidad, is this week hosting a 3-day workshop for farmers and technical staff dubbed the Crop Protection Symposium. The workshop, which began on Wednesday, is being facilitated by Technical Sales Agronomist of Caribbean Chemicals and Agencies Limited, Kennedy Paul, and focuses on new developments in all aspects of plant protection. The workshop, workshop, which is being held in the large conference room at the Department of Agriculture. Mr. Paul explained that he has been tasked with the responsibility of educating farmers about the most suitable methods of pest and disease management. He said the workshop, which is scheduled to end on Friday the 27th of January, will wrap up with a practical session to better educate the staff at the department. He added that this training can help the department provide further assistance to farmers. The Plant Protection Symposium will cover topics such as invasive pests identification, the practice of integrated pest management and plant protection in organic farming, protection of environment, and several other areas of focus. The workshop is also being offered to staff at the Department of Agriculture on Nevis. The Nyabingi Theocracy Order will be commemorating the 88th anniversary of the Buckley's Uprising with a ceremony on Saturday. In an interview with ZIZ News, Public Relations Officer of the Order, Ras Aya, said this year's celebration will see 7 persons and their families being honored with a plaque for their involvement in the Buckley's Uprising.
This is the most our honorary plaque we have gone out to. 7 recipients will receive in the honorary plaque, and out of one of the 7 we gave honorary to our martyr who have able to stand up against the odds in 1935. His name is Thomas Fergus, and we say the family of the relative of Thomas Fergus will be the one who is receiving on his behalf, because he has been the one to face jail time in 1935 of the Buckley Uprising. So we say it's good to see that we have people of that magnitude who are able to stand up and fight for equality amongst social and economical affairs in St. Kitts and Nevis.
He also mentioned that the ceremony will involve speeches from government ministers.
There will be people doing poetry, and we'll be able to see people doing speeches too. So we'll have now like Socrates in our midst as a Calypsonian giving his reminiscence, and we'll see like the Prime Minister make a statement, and the representative of the area of the constituency of number 3, Congress Maynard, will be making a speech, and even we as the members of the Nyabingi Theocracy Order will be imparting in what will be set in there, and we'll have refreshment after.
The Buckley's Uprising celebrations will be held under the theme Restoring, Recognizing, Embracing and Preserving the Legacy of Our Martyrs of 1935. On Wednesday, Republic Bank put the spotlight on agencies in St. Kitts and Nevis and across the region that are partnering with them in their Power to Make a Difference, or PMAD, program. A ceremony was held at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort for the inaugural launch of the Power to Make a Difference Partners for 2023 presentation. The event was held under the theme Enabling Sustainable Futures, Be the One to Make the Change. The Power to Make a Difference program donates to various causes in the community the bank serves, and PMAD Executive Champion Janelle Bernard spoke of the importance of partnerships in pursuing this goal.
This program will bring together like-minded individuals who believe in positive community initiatives. The bank recognizes that it has a critical role to play in improving the lives of others. We have the power to care, and are here to reach out to our communities in an impactful way, and will contribute as well to the sustainable development within each territory that we operate.
Ms. Bernard said the partners play a critical role in the success of the program.
You are an integral part of our success story. We need you as much as you need us. So this next phase is shaping up to be truly unforgettable in terms of promise and potential. And we are honored to be part of this journey with you, our partners. Together, we can truly make a difference.
Managing Director of Republic Bank EC Limited, Michelle Palmer-Kaiser, said through the PMAD program, the bank is committed to working with other organizations to foster what she called real sustainable change to help the vulnerable.
The Power to Make a Difference in the East Caribbean will focus on working together to help enhance the quality of lives of persons with disabilities, supporting healthcare programs, providing opportunities for young people to realize their truest potential through sport, education, literacy, culture, and the arts, as well as deepening our work in the communities through a wide-reaching, comprehensive staff volunteerism program.
The 2023 St. Kitts and Nevis Partners for the Power to Make a Difference program are the St. Kitts Association of Persons with Disabilities, the Business and Professional Women's Group, and the William Marcus Natta Memorial Scholarship Fund. Finally, on the national scene, students from 17 primary schools in St. Kitts participated in the preliminary round of the annual Department of Consumer Affairs quiz on Wednesday at the Otley's Community Center. The students hail from the George Moody Stewart Primary School, Irish Town Primary School, Beach Allen Primary, and Sadler's Primary School. Paul Quealy, the director at the Department of Gender Affairs, explained the rationale for hosting the event.
Now, the purpose of the Consumer Affairs Primary School Quiz Competition is to bring awareness to consumers at an early age about their rights and responsibilities as consumers and how to conduct themselves in the marketplace. And if the instance arises where they need redress, how they can obtain that redress from the Consumer Affairs Department.
The schools were arranged into 4 zones. The winner of each zone will advance to the finals on Wednesday, March 15, as part of the department's week of activities, noted Director Quealy. Coming up in regional news, Argentina and Cuba agreed to develop closer ties. The details